Hi, everyone. Welcome to another live. So today I wanted to talk about snake oil, right? I wanted to talk about these magic pills. So why do I want to talk about this? Because yesterday I had a really good chat. This person, I don't think he's going to become a client, to be perfectly honest. So I won't say his name or anything, but it was one of those chats where guy clearly has a lot of problems, probably some gout, probably kidney stones, not diagnosed. None of this is diagnosed, but he's having some symptoms. He's losing his eyesight even. Like this, so there's pretty serious problems going on, and it's very clear. Now, when I say pretty serious, there's nothing that's like a 10. Like it's not like he's going blind with the eyesight. He's having some issues with the glare, and he's still young. He's only in his early 50s, I believe, right? So he's just having some issues with the glare in the sun. Like it's not 10 on 10 problems, but there's two or three areas of his life where it's 6 on 10 problem, 7 on 10 problem, 5 on 10 problem. Like so fairly serious, but not enough to like book him in the hospital. Although actually this guy was in the hospital a few days ago. He had some kind of a flare up, and it was a problem. And at the end, so I talk him through the process. I talk him through, okay, this is how we work. We do some diet change. We do some lifestyle change. We're really going to focus on helping you cultivate healthier habits over the next 3 months. You know my spiel. If you're watching this, chances are you know how I work. But then it's like, dude, at the end, he's like, I have to ask him, do you have any questions for me? And his question is, yeah, I've got a question. Do you have any pills you can sell me? I was like, dude, man, I do. I am, there are the Cerule products that I am part of that organization, and I believe in it. I believe that those products help to support stem cell growth and so on. But this dude has so many issues, and the stem cell support is only going to, like, maybe that's 5, 10, 15%. 85, 90% of it is the diet change and so on. So just saying this because it got me thinking, like, why do we have this need for a magic pill? And I kind of think it's like the society that we live in. Like everything we want. If you're bored, you have a magic pill right here. You have your phone. You take out your phone, and boy, that's pill after pill after pill of instant gratification of various kinds, right? If you're or if you're bored, you walk to the fridge and you get a cupcake or whatever it is you're eating, and that's another kind of magic pill, right? Or if you're, I don't know, I mean, the culture of instant gratification is such. Or let's say you have, even the way we see medicine in general. If you have any kind of an issue, you're meant to, go to the doctor. The doctor will give you a pill. The pill will cure it. And I'm not nothing against medication. For many things, you do need. Medicine has a role, especially things like antibiotics can be life saving in certain circumstances, right? But it's like, dude, that's not. If you have a chronic issue, if you have an issue that's always there, not going away, trying to suppress the symptoms with a pill is like a super bad idea, right? Not healthy at all. So these are some of the thoughts that are going through my head after that discussion. And it's in this context where I just see a pattern with people getting more and more busy in their lives, people having less and less time for their own health. And then I contrast that with, say, the habits of, say super successful people, say millionaires, for example, as a class of people who are seen by society to be super successful. We all have different metrics of success. I don't want to get into that philosophical discussion, but it's like if you look at any, what I do in a day video from like that millionaire folks, like the guy from who does Diary of a CEO podcast. Most of you know that guy, Steve. I think his first name is. I don't recall his last name. Um, you look at what he does in a day, dude. He's always at the gym. There's almost never a video where he doesn't do some kind of workout, some kind of exercise, whatever it is, right? And that's just an example. There's also like in one of his recent videos, he was also talking about how he eats, and he eats a very low carb ketogenic diet, et cetera, et cetera. It's not purely carnivore, but it's something. I mean, it's in the sort of ballpark of what I would call ancestral living, ancestral eating, right? So when you consider that the people who have everything, right? These are people who have millions of dollars in the bank account and so on. They will always prioritize their health, like 100% of the time. So my question then becomes, well, why aren't you? And by the way they prioritize their health is by working with coaches, is by working with trainers, is by working with experts, building up a team of people who help them to work on their health. Now, maybe you don't have $1 million to throw around, so you can't have a team of like 30 people, but you need some people on your side, right? And don't tell me your doctor's on your side. That's 10 or 15 minutes every once in a while, not very often, hopefully. So um, this idea that we need support, and there's nothing wrong with asking for support, and there's nothing wrong with prioritizing your health. And by the way, if you don't prioritize your health, people who have their health can have a million things. They have a million desires, right? People who are healthy, they can have different desires. They can have different ambitions. If you're not healthy, the only ambition you have is for your health. And I've seen that again and again and again and again in my personal life with friends and family who get sick and so on, with some of my clients who we've, have been on death's door, and we've helped them regain their health, and then they go on to do great things, which is fantastic to see. So yeah, some food for thought on magic bullets. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next one.